good afternoon. Another beautiful day here in Northern Ontario. It rained this morning, but it's really nice right now. My name's Dave. This is McCarroll Siding by M-Scale Railroad. And we're going to start on the yard today. I've done a little prep. I've done 2 of the boards. I'm going to do this one so you can see how I do it. Just a real quickie. It doesn't take long to do. And then I'm going to show you how I'm going to approach this. But first, I think I should let you see. He says as he can't find it. Oh, there it is. I don't know if you can see that, but that's my yard. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer this onto these cork sheets. And the grid on the printout here is 3 inches by 3 inches, and I'm putting 3 inch by 3 inch squares on the cork. I've painted it gray so that I can draw on it and see, because I realized when I was trying to draw on it and was still the brown color, a lot of the colors were fading and you couldn't see it. But with the gray paint on, it's much easier to see. So let's get started right away here. All right, so we're just going to put this down on the way. We'll bring it back up when it's needed. And what I've done is I've got a piece of I think this is either hardboard or MDF, I'm not sure. I think looking at it, looks like it's more like cardboard. Anyway, it's 3 inches wide. And all I'm going to do is stick this board down here. And then I'm going to take a marker and draw a line. And this pen seems to be, out of juice, so just give me a sec here and we'll switch pens. I'll line it up, and there we go. That's much better. Now the yard's going to be about 84 inches end to end. That's 7 feet. I have more than 7 feet there, but I've got to allow for the curves that come into the top of the yard and leave the bottom of the yard, so I can't make it exactly the dimensions on the in the drawing, but that's all right. I'm not sure what scale that one that's for. I found that one on of course on the internet. Did a Google search, model railroad yards, and I and last one in this direction. And now we come back and go across. As you can see, it doesn't take long, especially if you set yourself up like this. And all of the marks, and anything else I draw on here is going to be, of course, covered over with ballast and soil and terrain and everything else, so there's not a real worry about any of these construction lines ending up visible. Now, one of the things I have to do is I first have to take one of these and decide that it's going to be the center, and I have to lay out a crossover that I've made on that, and then I can set that aside, but it'll give me the positioning for the 2 main lines that are coming into the yard. If you watch the other episodes, you know that my layout is a double main for most of it, and then a single track that goes by the quarry, mostly due to lack of planning on my part. I originally had thought that I would do a very prototypical arrangement for the track and just have a single main line, but that doesn't allow for much operations, and it doesn't allow you to actually run trains in any normal fashion. So I decided to make it a double main for 3/4 of it, and just at the quarry end is it a single line. Now if I ever get energy and decide that I can make it add a double line in somewhere, either going out the back of the layout and coming back in, which is possible. I had to add an extension to this side of the layout and a little extension to allow a curve at that corner, because the quarry goes right to the edge, and so we'll see what happens. Anyway, so now what I've got is my my lines. Let me just switch to. Now, yeah, you can just about barely see them. Now, what I'm going to do is there's a very thin strip here, and a thin, not as thin strip here, and I'm not exactly sure why, because 3 inches should go into this evenly all the way around. But anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the knife and cut that, and now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the center. So now what I've got is a bunch of paint pens, and I've already tested these. And I'm going to put a little green mark there. I don't know, maybe probably not be able to see it. And now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we go 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and X marks the spot. This is the center of this sheet. So now I'm going to go get my crossover. So here's the crossover that I built. It's not complete because I'm not ready to stick anything down. But what happens now is this has to go here, and what I'm going to do is I've got a bunch of pins here. I may have to go get more. I thought I had more pins, but anyway. So what I'm going to do is we're going to pin down the track. So take a ruler and put it on the edge of the switches. I'm going to hold that. I'm going to take my marker and I'm going to mark where the rail is. Same thing here. I'll take this. Oh, this is pinned. I might as well do it now. Now, I did a bunch of research last night on the net, on the web, trying to get some kind of standard for how far apart tracks should be. Okay, so now we can take the pins out, and can slide this over. So this this crossover is 16.5 inches in dimension, and it's going out 2 squares, and then there's the track there and the track there. It's not right centered right now, but that's not that important. So what I'm going to do is take this colored pen, line up the marks, and draw the lines. Now the ones that are important are the ones on the outside, because those are the ones that define the so I wonder if, hold on, let me just see, this is 7, right? 7? Yeah, there you go, you can see. So now I've got the where the center of the yard is going to be. And these lines, these 2 green lines that I'm drawing now, these are the mains. And so I'm going to try and color code this as I work on it. So I'm going to extend these out right now. And then I'm going to put this piece aside. All I need is the measurements here for the how much it is from this edge to the edge of the track, and how much it is from this edge to the edge of the board at the top here. So there is a little bit more board at the top than there is at the bottom, and I'm doing that on purpose because I want to be able to put some structures along the back here, and I want them to be on the same level as the yard stuff. So that's why there's that extra smaller square back there. So I got this fancy dancy ruler, and I should be able to this. Now this is a really simple method. You just try transferring coordinates from the paper to the cork, and you could one of the easiest ways to do that is to number everything, number the squares and number the squares on the paper. I'm not going to do that because I need some flexibility on where things are going to be. So we now have 2 main lines running straight through the center of this board. We have the crossover here. The crossover is there. So that's the crossover. And now we're going to take this cork off of here. Oh no, not before you do that, David. Oh, it would be silly to do that. Okay. I need to write down some measurements. So the track from the edge of the okay, so and I'm going to come in. Now I've got fudge room, so if I want to make this an exact dimension, I can. So I'm going to make it 9.5. So this is 9.5. And then from the back end, oh, I should measure from there though. I should measure from there. Measure from here. Oh, guess what? 9.5. That makes sense. I was trying to center it, wasn't I? So that's what we have to do. So I'm going to transfer some green lines to the next piece of cork. I should probably measure the width of this track. It's 1/2 inch. So that means this should be 10. 10 and that should be 10. Yes, okay. And then the inside one is 10. 10. Yeah, that's it. All right, now we can get rid of this because we can start working on it. So I'll put this away carefully. And I'm going to bring this one up. Okay, so we are going to take this off. Lay it down here. And I'm going to put this up here. And the table is just barely big enough for this activity. Oh. I'll turn it around in a minute. Right, cut this end off. Buy this cork at Lowe's. They sell it in 5 packs. Each one is 36 by 24, so it's a decent size. And so if you're doing a layout where you're using like a shelf layout and it's only 24 inches deep, this is perfect because you can lay it down and it'll cover the whole shelf. Okie dokie, here we go. So now the question is, do I have a long ruler, but I don't have it right here. I'll figure this out, doesn't matter. All right, green pen again. And we're gonna mark 9.5. And we're gonna mark 10. And then we're gonna come back in here from here. 9.5, 10. Come down here. Nine and a half, 10. That right? Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to pause for a second here. Okay, we're back. So I've got this T-square, which should mean that these lines are straight and true. And so like I said before, this is the main line coming through the yard. So this will allow for not completely continuous operation, but pretty close to it. There will be only 2 places on the layout where there will be a switch that goes from the single line area to a double line area. Turn this around. Oops, got things falling over down here. Like I said, this desk is just big enough for this. Oops, missed that. There we go. And there we go. Okay. So now what happens is we start to look at this, the drawing. Hey, that's a much better shot of it there. So I'm going to flip it around because I want it to be this way. And the drawing has the main here, and then it goes 6 inches, so it goes 2 squares, and there's still a full square there, so that leaves me enough room to run. I'm going to switch back. Okay, so here's the main. The drawing has marked on it 6 inches coming in from the edge, from the top edge. Well, we've actually got more. I've got 3 squares here, and then 2 for 6. So that's 1, 2 right there. So in this square, there is a continuous track that goes all the way across the yard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch colors. I'm going to pick something that, again, I need something bright and shiny, something I'll be able to see. These are paint pens, so you gotta, just like a rattle can, you gotta mix it up a bit, and then you start dabbing it. So when I look at this drawing and I see this track that goes at the back here, I can pretty well guess that there's a 3-inch square right here, and that the track is halfway inside that square. So this is a 3-inch square. So 1.5 and 1.5. So that goes there. And I'm going to put this down here now. I'm going to come along here, put this down again, and go 1.5. And now I'm going to bring this up. And draw a line. And draw a line. So now we've got the center of this track, and on the diagram the machine shop goes right here on the layout. So we're going to, and then there is a switch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 squares in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the switch goes there. And so I've got to put a little line here for where the switch is. There is another track here, and on this one they're calling it the programming track, but I'm not going to use it for programming because I have a whole Kato Unitrack oval that is my programming system, and I have the power panel and everything hooked up to it, and it's not changing. All right. Now I'm not going to mark where I'm going to draw a line coming down to the mains yet. This one does not come down to the main. The one that comes down to the main is further over. Alright? So, we've got 2 tracks laid in, and that's above the double main. And then below the main, there is a switch that is 6 inches in. So hold, just give me a sec here. I've got to move things around because, like I say, this isn't big enough. So coming off of this main line here, I'll go back to, coming off of this main line here, 2 squares in, which is 1, 2, right here, there is a switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's 6, 5 and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So here, right here, 5 and 6, there is a line. So I marked that. That's the center. We'll be a little bit more. We're not going to just accept all sorts of crap going on. So again, we want to be 1.5. So we're going to go like this. And there is a switch that goes there. Right there. All right, come off here, go along, there it is there. This goes right down. Okay, this is okay, that was 5 and 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. 8 and 9. Okay. And that's right on this line. So it's on here. And it's between 8 and 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Right there. So at 8 and 9 there is another switch. That's off the main. And then coming down, and I turn, and then this comes. That's why. Okay. This. I'm just gonna do this. There we go. Halfway through this track, I should have I'm using number 5 the turnouts. So these lines are just rough indicators of where things are going to be. I think, oh, I see, that's what that's supposed to do. That's supposed to do that. Aha, okay. There we go, like that. and then this comes back all the way to here. This comes all the way back to here. So you can see it's doable. You just have to take your time, and obviously it's going to take me a lot more time than I thought it was going to take. So what I'm going to do is okay. Put another line in here. And this. Okay, so what we've got so far, and I think I'm missing something in here, but it doesn't look like it. It looks like it's supposed to be a way. Yeah, no, it's supposed to be open like that. Okay, good. We're good to go. Anyway, I'm not going to keep doing this. I'm not going to keep doing this and have you watch me do it. But as you can see, it's possible to do it quite easily. You just have to keep your wits about you. So next week, I don't know if I should promise I'll have it all drawn out or not. I'm going to try. So next week what we'll do is we will start taking these cork pieces, and we'll take them over and put them on the layout. It's either that or I put them on the floor and lay all the track out and see how it works and see if it makes sense. If I do it on the floor, you'll be able to see more of what's going on, because once it's up on the actual layout where it goes in, there's not much room for it. Cameras and stuff back there. This basement is still in a state of disarray from us moving in, and that was 9 years ago, and I still haven't cleaned up everything that's in this basement. It's a job I don't want to do. That's it. So anyway, next week we will continue on with this. I think I will move some cameras over, and we will do it on the floor. I think I will buy several boxes of push pins, and we will systematically lay out the track itself. I don't know that I'll cut any, but I will put them in their place so that so at least we can see what it's going to look like. So for now, all we know for sure is that this crossover is going to be in the middle of the next panel over. And this crossover is so that we can move trains from the inner to the outer track and vice versa. That's what it's for. I thought maybe somebody made one of these. Atlas does not. Pico or Pico, I think it is. They do make one. What did it say? $130 US. That's a lot for a short section of track. And I'm using Atlas code 55 track, and they don't play well together from what I have read everywhere. Some of it, some people say you can make them fit together, but from what I understand, you got to do grinding and you got to do all this. I would probably wreck 2 or 3 turnouts just trying to get it to work, so I'm not going to do that. So anyway, thank you for watching this week. You notice I'm not wearing my apron because I couldn't get dirty doing this. At least I shouldn't say that out loud. Anyway, thank you for watching. Take care of yourself, take care of your family. Like, comment, and subscribe. We are at the 120 people who have subscribed. Again, I think that's wonderful. I'm not doing that because I'm not doing this because I want subscribers. I'm doing this because I want to build my railroad and I want people to see how I do it. So thank you once again, and I will see you next week when we are probably going to be over on the floor over there and laying track. So once again, thank you, and I will see you next week.